Hey, Next 50, Coach Valerie here, hashtag Pajama Gym, and I have a level 1 workout for you this morning. So all you're going to need for this workout is a set of heavy weights. Now, you have basically light weights, regular weights, and heavy weights. Your regular weight would be the very first weight that you would pick up if you walked up to a weight rack and you went, oh, I can lift those. So those would be your regular weights. Your heavy weight would be 1 pound heavier than that. So for example, if you automatically walk up to the weight rack and say, hey, I'm going to use those 5 pound weights, then your heavy would be 6 pounds. If you automatically walk up to the weight rack and say, well, I think the 3s would be good for me, then your heavy would be 4 pounds. So what I'm asking you to do is to challenge yourself to get a little bit heavier than you would normally use for this routine. Now with that said, of course you always want to have your Electrolyte hydration drink, and we're going to start first, of course, with a nice warm-up. Then we have 4 sets of actual workouts. These are going to be for 1 minute per exercise. Then we're going to have a pause. I'm asking you not to take any kind of drink until we at least hit the 10-minute mark. With that said, it's pretty much straightforward if you've been following all of my videos. And again, thank you for that. But with that said, let's go ahead and start some nice crossover arms. So just go ahead and separate those legs that little 2 fist distance apart, set nice and tall. And we're just going to cross over arms. So I'm just going to open, right over left, open, left over right. Now I'm really trying to squeeze those shoulder blades and cross as far over as I can. It's a big open and close, open and close. Always alternating. Wake up that brain, just like you're waking up the body. Inhale, exhale, get that squeeze in there. With those shoulder blades, got a lot of weightlifting, that's a lot of shoulders, a lot of upper body. You want to wake that up now. Pull, don't pretend to pull. Warm-ups are here for a reason. They're very beneficial. I warm up before everything. So I'm just going to go out and walk the dog. I'm going to warm up. All right here we got a jog. Here we go. So as always, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. And if you do have a chair with a back, you never want to touch the back of that chair. And we're back to that full range of motion. So the hand is lightly touching that rib cage. That elbow is going way back. Big range on those shoulders. And of course, my feet are lightly touching the floor. Do not slam your feet into the floor. In fact, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I am barefoot in these exercise routines. First, hashtag pajama gym. Second, there's not a lot of pounding and slamming that we're doing in these videos. So when you're barefoot, you're a little bit lighter on the touch, as you should be. So about 10 seconds, we have a jumping jack. And here we go. Those hands are on those knees. We're simply going to open and close. Open and close. This is my exhale and inhale. Always coordinate that breathing with the movement. This helps to increase our stamina. When we coordinate our breathing with our technique, then we are able to last longer. Once again, that's that stamina. We don't get short of breath, we don't get out of breath. I got a double jack and a double jump coming up for you. It's a little combination movement. So it's going to be an easy transition from this regular jack right here. So let's pay attention. So I got a double jack, 1 and 2. We'll bring that in, and I have a double jump, 1 and 2. Here we go. 1, 2. Bring those hands in, jump those knees, and jump. 1, 2, jump, and jump. Get those knees up. 1 and 2, jump, and jump. Try not to lean back. Just keep that chest in that big upright position. Just bring those thighs into the chest. So about 10 seconds, we have a regular jumping squat. And right there, so open up those legs, get those hands down, big inhale, exhale, jump. It's very important when we do jumping squats that those legs are wide and the feet stay wide. Sometimes I see people who bring their feet together. We don't want to do that. Those feet stay beneath those knees. Those knees are way out to the sides. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Sit up tall when we do these. This is not a kettlebell swing, so I don't have that full torso movement. Just dropping my arms, getting that full range on those shoulders. Bringing those thighs up to my chest. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 10 seconds. And right here, bring those legs back in, 2 fist distance apart. We have our pigeon stretch. So I'm bringing my right foot up and I'm going to place it directly on top of my left thigh. This is a straight line down from my knee all the way down to my foot. I'm holding onto this knee and I'm just going to pull my chest up, really relax, and do nothing with this knee. Let that knee automatically drop all by itself, let it do what it wants to do, but otherwise you're sitting here. If you're sitting here, again, that foot is on top of that thigh. If you cannot quite get that foot up, then simply walk that foot over. So now I'm on the side of my foot. So I have this nice external rotation in that ankle, that knee, and that hip. I'm sitting up tall. Maybe I can cross the foot over, or maybe I can kind of get a halfway point. All of those are fine. So do the best that you can. And about another 7 seconds here. Let me just breathe. These are mindfulness poses, so it's a great opportunity to work that breath. Pull that in, push that out. Other side. Again, directly on top of that thigh. Sit up tall and just breathe. Deeply. Exhale completely. The deeper we breathe, the more the body relaxes, and the more that leg just kind of like let's go, kind of releasing that tension in the body. Soft, be relaxed. Relaxing is definitely a part of exercise. And right there, go ahead and pull that knee in, give it a squeeze, push it out. Woo! And right there, that's our very first break. So if you'd like to take a small drink from your electrolyte, go ahead and do so now. I'm going to go ahead and grab our Tabata clock. So again, we're going to be doing 1-minute exercises. I've given us a 5-second pause to help kind of catch our breath a little bit between these sets. And also, too, there are some new exercises in here, and I'm trying not to stop the clock. I want to keep us going to help us reach that moderate intensity. But if I do need to, I will. But that 5 seconds will give us enough time, hopefully, to do some instruction. So with that said, I'm going to start out first with a kettlebell squat. A jumping squat. So those legs are wide, and that heel, of course, is always on the outside or in front of that knee. This is just our regular jumping squat, but this time we have weights. You can use one weight, you can use 2. Remember, this is our big downswing. Those elbows stay bent and those knees come up. So remember, 60 seconds of work. Pace yourself. Here we go on the tone. Got 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. Now when we have 60-second sets, those are long sets. You want to pace yourself. Now you have people who are moving a nice, comfortable pace like I'm doing here. And then you have people who want to speed it up a little bit. Both of those options are fine. You also have that middle ground. So then that middle ground is like, for example, I got 5 regular pace, and I'm going to do 5 fast. And then we'll slow it back down again. So you can do that throughout your routine. You can really challenge yourself, get that volume pumped up a little bit. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, about 8 seconds. We got a kettlebell swing coming up. So those heels are going to stay up there in front of those knees. Remember, kettlebell's a nice full body exercise. So that chest is coming all the way forward, pulling, and then all the way up for that swing. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Really use the torso to pull backwards, and that's the momentum behind those arm swing and getting that weight overhead. And of course, if you have shoulder issues, keep it at a Russian swing, shoulder level. Oh. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you can get overhead, please try to get overhead. Range of motion, really work on that mobility. Get those arms in there side by side, lifting up that chest, creating extension in the rib cage. Oh. Oh. Big breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We have a tricep extension coming up here in 10 seconds, and you can use one weight or two. Remember that tricep extension is definitely arms and ears, and the weight will be going behind the head. Whew, right there, take a little breath. Inhale deeply, exhale completely, get in the ready position. Arms and ears, elbows are pointed straight up, and here we go. Straight up and straight down. That's it right there. So our sweet spot is we do not want that arm to move from the shoulder to elbow. That is a straight line. Again, if you have shoulder issues, first stay here. If you're doing this, stay here. If you have shoulder issues, bring the weight here to the chest, the palms are facing, push it out, bring it in, push it out, bring it in. Notice how close my elbows are staying. Do not flare it out to the sides. Again, if you can do the full range of motion, please. If you do not use it, you will lose it. We have a nice weighted skater coming up here. And right there. So that skater, that left leg's going to come in directly in front, that right leg's out to the side. This is that down and up movement with that leg switch. So here we go. Down, up, and switch my legs. Down, up. I'm always going over the top, chest and thigh. Chest and thigh. That gives me that stability so I don't come out of this chair. Do not want to go over the top of that leg that's on the outside, because then I will tumble out the side of that chair. I have an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, notice how tight those elbows are. Those elbows always want to stay close to the body. It helps protect the shoulder, protects the elbow. We have 10 seconds to a bicep curl. That'll be a nice and easy movement. Right there, get those feet that one dumbbell distance apart. Palms are facing forward so the tall elbows stay tucked into that waistline. And it's just a bicep curl up and down. Up and down. Remember, there's no swinging here. I'm not using my torso at all. That weight is not going past my hips. It's coming straight up. It's dropping straight down. So when I say it's weight lifting, it's not weight swinging. The only time you're swinging, for example, is if you're doing like large snatch movements, or definitely the kettlebell is a swing. But here, this is a nice isolated movement. Sit up tall. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We have 12 seconds to our pause. So no drink pause. And right there. Go ahead and put those weights down. We have 30 seconds on the clock, so I'm going to go ahead and reset our clock. So again, this is just a little pause, so focus on your breathing. Our next drink break will be after this next set. So inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. All right, so we're going to get ready here. 30 seconds is not long for our deadlift. So get that weight lift, that dumbbell distance, which is the same as that 2-fist distance. This is our deadlift, so the palms are facing backwards. Again, my arms are not moving here. I'm just simply reaching forward, and I'm trying to get my weights out there by the front of my feet, and then I'm going to sit straight up. So there's no elbow bend, there's no shoulder lift. It's just down and up. Here we go. We're going to start that clock. Sit up tall, palms are back. So I'm just going to inhale, drop forward, and sit up. I always want to look forward. I don't need to look down. I know exactly where the ground is at. But again, I am kind of reaching my hands slightly forward, like over to my toes. This is just a back movement. My hips work like a hinge, just like you would see a hinge on a door. I'm hinging here, forward and up, closed and open. Sit up tall in that upright position. You can really feel those abs pull you up. Last one. Drop on those weights. We're going to put this in the right hand. We're going to do a little Turkish get up. So this left hand is up here with my balance hand. Listen up. I got this nice resting position. I'm going to come down just like we just did. Hammer and push. Down, hammer, push. Couple of things. Look at that balance hand. That balance hand is really not so much for balance in this position as it is for keeping my shoulders stabilized or parallel with the earth. I do not want to dip my shoulders. When I dip my shoulders, that compromises my spine. Also, too, notice that tight elbow in the body. So it's down, it's up, and it's push, arm and ear. It's always like that. Arm is working inside of a very limited space. In a very small room, you can't do a lot of swinging and pushing out away from the body. Push, down, hammer, push, down, hammer, push, down, hammer, push. Now we're going to be tossing that weight from one hand to the next because that toss and catch is very important. Here we go, toss, catch, other side, go. Remember that toss and catch is not only an exercise, which you will be seeing in this routine, but it's great for hand-eye coordination. It helps increase our reaction time. Once we get into the next 50 years of our life, our reaction time slows down a little bit. So we can't, catch the ball as quickly as we can. We can't catch the car keys when somebody tosses them to us. And we're a little bit slower to catch ourselves from falling. And that's all reaction time. So practicing that toss and catch helps to exercise and improve our reaction time. Down, hammer, push. Down, hammer, push. And last one right there, grab the other weight. We have a wide grip push press. So get that nice distance between those feet. Wide grip means those elbows are out. My hands are not touching here on the up. I'm pushing straight up and dropping straight down. That's it right there. Sweet spot. So those elbows are out there at shoulder level. They're not pulled in. I'm trying to get that chest open. And I'm not dropping those elbows down below that shoulder level. Push and drop. Push and drop. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Remember, if the weights get to be too heavy, you can always put them down and continue the movement without weights. The biggest thing here is keep on moving. Don't just stop and stare at the screen. Exercise is not a spectator sport. So you're not sitting there just watching me, unless you're reviewing the video. You are constantly moving, constantly doing something. Woohoo! Bring those in nice and tight. Again, we're going to be marching in place. Hands are up. Right there, we are marching. So those arms are not moving. I know that they're probably tired. We're bringing them together, and those heads are lightly touching up there. That's going to help with my relaxation a little bit, so I can take some of that pressure off those arms. And I'm just going to focus on thigh to chest, thigh to chest. Again, if the weights become too heavy for you, put one down and try to hold one up. And if that's too much, then put both of the weights down, but get those arms up. Really focus on that arm and ear connection. And this is our last exercise in this set. We can take a hydration break after that. So that's your bonus. Keep it up, keep with me. And then we can take a drink when we get finished here, which is going to be in 8 seconds. It's coming. And right there. Woo-hoo. Go ahead and put that down. We have a 30-second break. Slow your breathing down. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Make sure that you're not panting before you take that drink. And again, you can most certainly take your electrolyte drink at this point. Just try to sip. Don't guzzle. There's no reason for you to be guzzling. All right, so we're going to be showing the last 2 exercises. So we have a one-arm kettlebell swing coming up. So that's going to be a nice wide leg. Those heels are in front of those knees. You can either use one of your weights or choose, but remember that kettlebell is more of a vertical hold here, and I'm holding those heads. Those heads are pressed together, and there's that big hinge hip, that chest is dropping, big inhale, either exhale Russian level or exhale full range of motion. If you can get that full range of motion, as always, go for the full range of motion. Oh, I take that back. This is only a one-arm kettlebell swing. So same thing, but just one arm, one arm. There you go. These videos are raw and real. No editing here. This is live. All right, so here we go. One-arm kettlebell swing. Get that balance hand out. Same principle here. Go drop that down. Go lift it all the way up. And here's our tone. And inhale. Again, notice that balance hand. Stabilizing those shoulders. If you cannot get that overhead lift, take it to heart level. Remember, this is not just your arm. This is my body dropping forward and my body is lifting up quickly. Because I'm using my torso, I'm using my body to actually propel the arm, which propels the weight up. So I'm not just muscling up, what they call it, which is only using my arm. I'm using my entire torso. So in 12 seconds, we have a toss and catch. We'll toss that weight from one hand to the next. And do the one arm swing on the other side. All right there. Woo. Toss and catch. Woo. Take a breath. And here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep that chest up, always pulling that chest and chin forward. So my back is very flat. Once again, it's like the hinge on a door, just drops forward and lifts up. It drops forward and lifts up. Big breaths. Coordinate that breathing with that movement. It creates stamina. It also goes for full oxygenation and make sure that I'm not hyperventilating. I'm not taking short breaths. I'm getting full oxygen. One weight or two. We have halos. Halos is an abdominal movement. To get those feet distance apart, bring the weights up here in front. They should be directly in front of those knees. I got an inhale, exhale, abdominal crunch. Inhale, round, exhale, punch. So let me turn sideways, keep moving. Take this big inhale, diaphragmatic breath. Then I bring this around and I punch that navel back into the spine. Inhale, exhale. Notice how those weights are not close to my body. They're right there, boom, above my knees. This is better than a sit-up, so really work this. Crunch. Keep those weights up at shoulder level. Do not drop them down. Really work those arms. A lot of people have a tendency to want to drop them all the way down or bring them into the chest. Don't do that. Really work that weight, guys. All right, take a breath right there. We got the other side. The other direction is coming up. Again, get those weights in front of you. Keep them away. Here we go. Other direction. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. But notice that's staying at shoulder level. It's not dropping down. Do not drop it down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I know these are challenging, especially keeping those weights out there in front of you. This is such a superlative abdominal exercise while you're in that chair. Come on, this exercise routine is maybe 30 to 45 minutes out of your day. You got the rest of the day to chillax. To work it here. Give me 100%. Last one. Woo. Drop one of those weights, open up those legs, get those heels in front of those knees. We have a toss and catch. Get this weight parallel with the earth so that handle is parallel. Here we go. This is a regular kettlebell swing at Russian level or heart level. And I'm keeping my eyes right there. Try not to throw this weight vertically. Some people will try to throw it vertically because they're trying to snatch it out of the air. Try to keep this here and here. Notice too, I'm keeping my other hand close so it's in the reaching distance. Drop and throw, drop and throw. Just like a regular kettlebell, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you drop it, you drop it. It's not a big deal. Your legs are wide, those feet are way out there. So if you drop this, it's going to drop in the middle. So your toes are safe. One more. Woo, right there. 30-second break. No drinking. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Sit up nice and tall. This is our last 5-minute set coming up. This is it, guys. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. All right, I've got a new exercise for you. I'm calling this a goblin jack. So a jack position, of course, is those legs are coming in and those legs are going out. So if the goblin jack here, the weight is here when my legs are together. And when I open up, I'm dropping down and I'm slightly forward. Don't drop straight down. Also, too, notice that my heels are in front of those knees. So I'm kind of reaching forward a little bit. So I'm up and I'm out with a reach forward. Once again, look at that heel to knee position there. Okay? Make sure I'm not coming up out of that chair. All right. With that said, open up those legs, get those heels, one weight or two, keep those elbows tight. Here we go. Goblin jack. Woo. We're just starting that down. Down and up. Down and up. Woo. Down and up. Down and up. We've got a lot of sneaky abdominal exercises in this routine. I can definitely feel my core pulling up, that nice tight belly. So I have an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Again, reach slightly forward with both the heels and the weights. Keep that chest and chin up. Got 10 seconds. I like this one. I think we're going to see this one more often. Right here, we got a little kick and reach all at the same time. So I got both of my weights in my hands, my legs are together. So I got one kick, one reach. That's it. Boom. So I'm always bringing this weight back to my chest. And I'm definitely doing a heel press. I'm sliding that heel off that floor, pushing that heel forward, curling those toes back. So it gives me that straight leg position. Reach and pull it back. Reach and pull it back. For those of you who are challenging yourselves, you could do this as a tricep extension. Remember, there's always ways to up your game. You can either do the routine as I instruct you, or you can modify it to suit your needs, or you can speed it up a little bit if I'm not going fast enough for you. All right, right there, we have a one-arm snatch and reach. This is a straight leg, or an open leg position, but a straight arm. Here we go. So I'm going to drop down, and I'm going to lift straight up. I'm going to drop down and lift straight up. Now, this is a little bit different from that one-arm kettlebell swing, because I'm really not trying to swing. I'm trying to drop down and lift straight up. So it's a little bit slower than the swing. And that balance hand is over there. Keeping the shoulders stable. So I want to focus on dropping it down and lifting it up. So the difference here between these two movements is that kettlebell swing has more of the torso. So I'm swinging my torso. Here I'm definitely dropping my arm, lifting my arm, dropping my arm, lifting my arm. So where the kettlebell swing has that huge torso assist, this is all arm. I'm really feeling this back in my scapula. Drop and pull that up. Drop and pull that up. Woo. I'm going to switch that other side. Here we go again. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to lift my arm. Drop it down, lift my arm. Again, there's a subtle difference here. Pull the arm up. Kettlebell, again, is a total body. So in the kettlebell swing, I'm throwing my chest forward, throwing my chest back. Here I'm dropping my arm, pulling my arm. Dropping my arm, pulling my arm. If you're doing this correctly, you will feel this more in the shoulder. If you're not quite getting it, don't sweat it. It takes time to figure out these movements. Give yourself credit for being here. Drop the arm, pull the arm up. Don't use your torso to assist. Once again, this is total arm. No assistance from the larger muscle groups in the body. Pull it up. Last one. Grab that other way. We have a ladder. So we're climbing our ladder, bring those legs in. This is an opposite arm, opposite leg. Here we go. Just like climbing a ladder. Keep those elbows tight. Up my game here a little bit. I can actually keep my weights a little bit higher. So I drop them to cheekbone level versus that all the way down. Just a more softer position. So again, you can either relax a little bit, use no weights, or you can pump it up and hold those arms higher. And this is going to be it. This is going to take us right into recovery. Yay! Almost there. Push. Last one. Oh. Woo! Right there, guys. Oh, open up those legs a little bit. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Put those weights down. Catch your breath. If you gotta take a drink, just wet your whistle. We gotta do our recovery, so we're not completely finished yet. So once you sit up nice and tall, at 2 distance apart with those fists, we're gonna do a little cat stretch from yoga. So little cat claws holding out of those knees. So I'm gonna inhale, I'm gonna pull that chest and chin all the way forward. I'm gonna use those cat claws to lock out those arms and push as far back as I can, chin to chest. Oh, big stretch. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, push it back. This is a beautiful example of that diaphragmatic breathing I'm always talking about. Here's that big inhale, diaphragm popping out. Here's that big exhale, chin to chest, navel punches back to the spine. The same thing that we do in all of our core exercises, our big sit-up exercises on the chair. Really work that abdominal bracing. Last one. Inhale, exhale. And one of those legs a little bit wider, hands on the backs of the thighs. Big inhale, reach this one hand up. Big pull, side stretch. Turn around and look. Bring it back, other side. Lift, lift, lift. This is a stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Turn, look. Oh, big inhale. Exhale. Those neck muscles and eye muscles. Inhale. Inhale. Last one. Big inhale, pull. And our little size. Inhale. Oh, whoo, that felt good. Remember, Monday morning, or whatever day you're doing this routine, is always the most important exercise day of the week. If you skip Monday, wow, it's really easy to skip the rest of the week, the next day, the day after. So really focus on Monday being your big active workout day. So again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Next 50 Living. Please visit the Next 50 Living Facebook page. And there I often post links to my Patreon page, Next 50 Living, and my blog where I put down a lot of verbal information regarding these exercises and regarding our general health for Next 50 Living. As always, guys, thank you for joining me. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay whole, Next 50.